I want to tell you a little bit about an issue that is currently plaguing our community. A few months ago, my counselor at Cleveland High School introduced me to a freshman girl who was struggling with a very serious problem. She had to attend school with her rapist, and not only did she have to see him, but she had to put up with his constant harassment as well. This included being called a cunt and a slut in the hallways and even threats of violence. After talking with her for a while, I learned that she was not the only one at Cleveland who had been sexually assaulted by him, and certainly not the only one to suffer from his harassment. 4 other girls and a young trans man all talked about his assaults against them. Eventually, the young girl I spoke with originally decided to go to the police. It did not surprise me when they reported to her mother that they were not interested in pursuing her case. As a survivor myself, I have heard the horror stories of women whose local police departments did not take their rape seriously. What surprised me is that the school did not seem interested either. When we have met with administrators, they have told us that everyone has a right to public school, even if that meant pushing these survivors out. When we ask them why they do not at least deal with the harassment, they say that it is complicated. They act as if it is something that our teenage minds cannot comprehend, like we do not already have to put up with the world of sexual violence that was thrust upon us. I don't say this to shame the Cleveland or its administrators, but I wanted to start a discussion about accessible and understandable sexual assault policies for PPS. I want to know why administrators will not use tools like Title IX to their full extent. I stand here to ask, where should students go if both their school and their police departments cannot or will not help them? Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Buell, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Ms. Schwartz, can you give me a timeline on what you're talking about?
So
in other words, when did this begin, and where are we now? Have you been, and when was the last time you went to your administrators at?
The last time I talked to my school administrator, the first time I met with my principal, Principal O'Neill, was last Thursday, but we originally reported the case to the school at the beginning of the year, I think around September 1st, so the first week of September.
Is the harassment still continuing?
Yes.
Like in the last 10 days?
Yes, even today. It's unfortunate, but it has escalated too.
Thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for your testimony, both of you. Ms. Powell, we have a few more students.
Yes. We have one more, Molly Metz.